Punches are often chromed or iron nitrided to give the punch additional strength, hardness, and wear resistance. The procedure for repairing damaged chromed or iron nitrided punches must be carefully followed to make sure that the newly repaired area wears at the same rate as the rest of the punch. The first step in repairing a chromed or iron nitrided punch is to protect the undamaged area of the punch surface. Then, grind the defect down to good metal using a die grinder, or, for a small repair, a pencil grinder with a carbide burr. If the punch is chromed and you are not sure about how much chrome is damaged, you can wipe the area with copper sulfate. A copper color will appear wherever base metal is exposed. Grind the damaged area down to between 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch below the punch surface. Keep the repair area as small as possible, so as to minimize the loss of the original chromed or iron nitrided surface. Clean the area to be welded thoroughly to remove all rust and oil. Then, contact a welder and tell him what type of metal the punch is made out of. Information about the type of metal is critically important to the welder because welding techniques differ from metal to metal. The type of metal should be stamped on the punch, but if it isn't, you should refer to the die engineering drawings. The welder should evenly preheat the repair area using a torch in a circular motion until its surface temperature is between 400 and 500 degrees Fahrenheit. He should verify the temperatures using temperature crayons. The repair area will need to be periodically reheated throughout the procedure because large dies draw heat away quickly. Frequent reheating also boils out oils and lubes that were absorbed into casting pores. Be sure to wipe away these oils because they can cause poor weld adhesion, increased porosity, and pinholes. If the punch is made of SAE 0050A metal, use an EXP 145 filler rod to weld up the repair area. If the punch is made of SAE G2500 or SAE G3500 metal, the welder will need to first build up the repair area using EXP 10 filler rod. After the repair area has been built up, place a cap weld over the built-up area using Eureka 74. If Eureka 74 is not available, Eureka 1215 or 1216 are acceptable substitutes. If the punch is to be renitrided, use Eureka 145 filler rod. If the repair area is very small, it can be welded using 310 stainless steel filler rod. However, you should remember that 310 stainless steel filler cannot be chromed. Be sure to create the weld using short passes and stop frequently to peen the weld with a ball peen hammer. Peening is a mechanical process of working the weld metal and will relieve welding stresses. Anytime a pinhole or void appears, you must stop welding, grind them out, and then resume welding. Punches made of SAE 0050A are very susceptible to heat sink. Because of this, the place where the repaired area meets the good area will have a small indentation. To remedy this situation, another weld bead will have to be run around the perimeter of the repair weld. This weld bead needs to be applied at a low temperature and will join the repair area to the good area. When the welding is finished, allow the part to air cool 5 to 10 minutes. Next, carefully rough grind the weld until it is just slightly higher than the surface of the die. Be careful to avoid hitting the surrounding area and creating additional damage. Then use a semi-finished grinder to cross-grind the weld to within 2 to 3 thousandths of an inch from the surface of the punch. Use a high-speed pencil grinder to touch up any rough areas. Stone the area flush with the rest of the die surface using a special 500 grit cherry oil chrome repair stone. After the stoning is finished, polish the area using a 30 micron plastic back abrasive disc mounted on a sanding block. After polishing with a 30 micron disc, repeat the procedure with a 15 micron disc, and then finish with a 9 micron disc. Clean the repair area and inspect it to make sure that there are no high or low areas, and return the die to service.